Brie Larson's Carol Danvers will make her on-screen MCU debut in next year's Captain Marvel movie, and excitement is currently high for the movie's release. The first trailer dropped recently on Good Morning America, and it's fair to say it matched our expectations. The lead character in particular looks amazing, but how will she differ from the comics? In this video, we'll take a look. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's the best way of keeping up to date with all of ScreenRant's great new videos.
I keep having these memories. I think I had a life here.
To certain generations of comic book fans, the name Captain Marvel doesn't immediately make them think of Carol Danvers, the character Brie Larson will be playing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For starters, the most famous Captain Marvel was actually a DC Comics character, the superhero otherwise known as Billy Batson, who now goes by the name Shazam, and who Zachary Levi will play in the DCEU starting next year. But the fact is, there have been several characters who have gone by that name in Marvel Comics, and Danvers was far from being the first. In fact, the first Captain Marvel appeared in 1967, while Danvers didn't accept the mantle until as recently as 2012. Prior to the release of the trailer, very little was known about the Captain Marvel movie other than the basic premise, and while it didn't exactly give very much away in terms of plot when it was dropped on Good Morning America, it did give us a little bit more of an idea of what to expect. For starters, it's definitely not going to be an origin movie. Carol Danvers is seen falling to Earth in the trailer, and she already has her powers by that point, having clearly spent a lot of time in space, where she was embroiled in the conflict between the Kree and the Skrulls, just as she was in the comics. She mentions having some memories of living on Earth, but whatever's happened to her since then has made those memories very hazy. In the comics, Danvers was a pilot who got her powers after getting caught in the explosion of a Kree psych-magnetron device, which turned imagination into reality, while she was trying to get close to another version of Captain Marvel, Dr. Walter Lawson, who is otherwise known as Mar-Vell, and who is rumored to be played by Jude Law on the big screen. The explosion altered her on a genetic level, giving her a partially Kree-based physiology and granting her a variety of new abilities. It's unknown whether that will be revealed as the origin of Brie Larson's version of the character in the MCU, but given the presence of Law's possible character in the franchise, it's certainly a distinct possibility. We definitely know she used to be a pilot in the MCU though. We'd already seen pictures of her in uniform and the trailer confirmed it, with her Air Force career seemingly being some of what she can remember. But whether or not she'll bear the brunt of a Kree device exploding remains to be seen. The Captain Marvel movie will also see Danvers as a member of the elite Kree military team known as Star Force. In the source material, that's not the case. In fact, Star Force were only ever in Captain Marvel comics when Monica Rambeau was carrying the mantle, and even then they appeared consistently as antagonists rather than her allies. We don't know how Danvers ended up as a member of Star Force in the MCU, but we're sure to find out next year.
Let's see, I can fly, I'm indestructible, and I shoot energy beams out of my hands. Feels pretty awesome.
As for the intricacies of her power set, at its base level in the comics, she possesses super strength, speed and durability, flight capabilities, and immunity to toxins and poisons thanks to her Kree physiology. What we do see at one point in the trailer, however, is Danvers attached to some kind of machine with energy being channeled into her head. Could this be the experimentation by the alien race the Brood, which in the comics allowed her to transform into an even more powerful character called Binary? As Binary, Danvers could draw on the power of a cosmic phenomenon known as a white hole, which allowed her to project, absorb, and manipulate energy on a much higher level. While there hasn't been any solid confirmation regarding her precise power set in the MCU, she clearly had some energy-based powers in the trailer, and it's also known that she's meant to be the most powerful MCU character to date, even more powerful than characters like Thor, Hulk, The Vision, Doctor Strange, and Scarlet Witch. So the idea that she might become Binary certainly makes sense. The trailer also showed her flying, and we can surely expect her to exhibit super strength, speed, and durability in the MCU, but any other powers would be a complete surprise. MCU Danvers has been seen wearing two costumes, the green and black Kree garb, and the more iconic and recognizable red, yellow, and blue outfit we've seen her wearing in the comics. But what both costumes notably have in common is a thick pair of gloves that somewhat resemble gauntlets. There's a theory that they could end up being the negabands that have been worn by Mar-Vell. If that does turn out to be the case, the bands will assist Captain Marvel when she's flying, allow her to withstand attacks and micropressure from the stresses of interstellar travel more easily, and enable her to channel energies from the quantum realm, which would make a lot of sense given that the quantum realm looks set to be very important in the fourth Avengers movie and indeed the MCU as a whole going forward. Whatever her exact power set turns out to be, and exactly how much more powerful than the existing MCU hero she ends up being, we can't wait to see Captain Marvel in action on the big screen, and you should feel exactly the same.
I forgot to ask, are you enjoying this as much as I am?
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Are you excited to see Brie Larson's Captain Marvel in action? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to ScreenRant for more great videos like this one. Bye for now!